Good morning! Yep, that's right. It's Uncle Lou here. Thanks for watching. Now, this is going to be the first in a series of videos I do over the next few weeks about UGA's spring practice. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday, Tuesday, was the first spring practice. I'm going to try to do one of these videos each day. A little recap of the previous day's practice. Thoughts I have, whatever's on my mind as the situation warrants. Yep. Anyway, what was the big news from yesterday's practice? Well, first spring practice. No surprise, really. Grayson Lambert was QB1, Ramsey QB2, and Jacob Eason QB number 3. Now, even those of us who are hoping that Eason will start for us this year, I don't even think none of us expected Eason to be QB1 on day one of spring practice. I'm sure he's been working with the receivers and things like that up there since January when he early enrolled. But yesterday was the first official, team practice that he's been a part of. So it's no surprise to me that he was listed at QB3. I don't really read anything into that. In fact, I'm 99% sure that Lambert's going to start the spring game, but we will see plenty of Jacob Eason in that game. I have no doubt about that. I'm more concerned, and we'll pay closer attention to the depth chart, obviously, as summer camp and fall camp starts leading up to the regular season. I'm not concerned with the depth chart going into the spring game. I'm more concerned with reports on how Eason looks, how quickly or not quickly he's learning the offense, how he's fitting in, how he's developing relationships in terms of timing and things like that with the receivers. Those are the things that concern me for as far as Jacob Eason goes for spring practice, not whether he's listed as QB1, QB2, or QB3. Like I said, it's no surprise to me that it's Lambert, Ramsey, and then Eason. The second story of the day, and this is some great news here, but Nick Chubb was practicing, and I don't mean he was standing on the sideline stretching or riding a stationary bike. I mean, this guy was practicing yesterday. Everyone has seen the pictures by now of him taking handoffs from Bryce Ramsey. He obviously had a brace on his knee, but let's be real, he's most likely going to have a brace on his knee for the entire season. But this is way ahead of schedule for him to even be out in between the white lines for a practice. 5 months removed from a very serious knee injury in last year's Tennessee game. We're starting to see a little bit more of this across all sports, people coming back quicker and quicker from these devastating knee injuries. But this is really mind-blowing that he is at the point already that he's at now. Now, I'm not trying to say that he's game ready or anything like that. Obviously, it's way, way, way too soon and too early to say anything like that. But it is, I think, a good sign and good news that he was out there practicing with the team between the lines, taking handoffs, running. I heard he was even doing some cutting. And if you know anything about knee injuries, that's the main concern with knee injuries. We've seen the video of him running on a treadmill, which is great. But it's really the lateral movement that is an issue with knee injuries. So it's great to see him running on a treadmill and taking some handoffs yesterday. But like I said, we can't get ahead of ourselves here. Everybody, of course, wants him to be ready game one. He's the best player on the team. He's one of the best players in the country. So we all want him to be ready on game one. But I don't think any of us want him to play game one if it means he's not ready. I don't want him to, risk any further injury to that knee. Definitely don't want to, hurt his chances at a pro career. And to be honest with you, I would much rather have Nick Chubb 100% healthy for the last 6 or 7 games of the year than I would have him half healthy all year because he started game one. So with the Nick Chubb thing, it's a wait and see approach. Of course, we'll see how it goes. A couple other things to hit on here from yesterday and this morning It looks like A.J. Turman is going to transfer. If you don't know who this is, he's a running back. He's been on the team for a couple of years. This has been something that's been sort of a question mark to me. I mean, I know we've been loaded at running back, but we were hit with the injury bug last year with Chubb, and Michelle was even out for a little bit of time. And it was surprising to me that we never got to see A.J. Turman. At the spring game last year, he was the best running back on the field. Nick Chubb hardly played in the spring game last year. They didn't want to risk him getting hurt for obvious reasons. So Nick Chubb hardly played at all in the spring game last year. But A.J. Turman had about 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looked really good. It was the first time I'd ever seen him play live. I had seen tape on him in high school, but he's never actually played in a game before for UGA. So it was the first time I'd got to see him play. And he looked pretty good, and I thought we would see him some last year, but we never did. And for whatever reason, it looks like he wasn't scheduled or slated to be getting very much playing time this year either. So he's decided to transfer. So, good luck to him. No hard feelings towards him, of course. I wish him the best. And this does bring up some depth issues at running back going forward. We're most likely going to lose Chubb, Michelle, after this year. Both of those guys or my guess would be both those guys are going pro after this year. Douglas will be gone. Of course, Marshall's gone. So that's going to leave us with just a couple of young backs on the team. So we're going to have to sign another couple of running backs next year, it looks like. But anyway, that's really about it. Not a whole lot to report here for day one from yesterday. So again, Eason QB3. No surprise to me. Everyone I think pretty much figured that was going to be the case day one of spring practice. Chubb coming along faster than anybody I think could have expected. And A.J. Turman transferring. Anyway, I'm going to try to do one of these every day for the next few weeks. If you have any questions or there's a specific subject or topic you want me to hit on while we're in the middle of spring practice, then let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get to it in my next video. But anyway, you guys take care. Talk to you later, and have a great morning.